All right, let's cut through all that noise. Today, we're going to build the ultimate health blueprint.
Welcome back to Body Blueprint. So glad you're here.
So, does this feel familiar? You go online looking for health advice and wow, it's a total mess, right? One person says eat this, another says never eat that. It's this endless sea of conflicting info, and honestly, it can feel like you're just lost. But here's the thing, and this is the good news. If you can just filter out all that noise, you'll find that the real experts, the top doctors, the leading scientists, the best coaches, they actually agree on a handful of core principles. And that's what we're doing today. We're going to build a clear, simple blueprint for your health.
So here's the plan. We're going to tackle three main areas: how to fuel your body, how to move your body, and how to upgrade your internal systems. And then, at the end, we'll pull it all together with a really simple, powerful truth. Okay, let's dive right in with part one, fueling your body. And look, this isn't about some restrictive, crazy diet. These are the underlying principles for smart, effective nutrition that, actually work.
The most foundational principle comes from Dr. Eric Berg, and it sounds so simple, it's almost revolutionary. You only want to eat when you're hungry. Think about that. For years, we were all told, eat 3 meals a day, plus snacks. But the real first step is to unlearn all that and just listen to your body again. Reconnect with what it's actually telling you. All right, let's talk protein. Across the board, experts focus on 3 things: how much, how easy, and how good. For how much, you're aiming for about 1.5 to 2 grams per kilogram of your body weight. For how easy, a great tip from Ali Abdal is to automate it with a morning protein shake. Boom, you're already 40-50 grams in. And for how good, Dr. Berg points to really nutrient-dense sources, like grass-fed red meat. Now, beyond the big stuff like protein, there are 3 micronutrients that just keep coming up. They are absolutely mission-critical. First, omega-3s. Dr. Rhonda Patrick's research suggests a high level of these can literally add up to 5 years to your life. Crazy, right? Then there's potassium, which Dr. Berg calls a physiological tranquilizer because it helps calm your nervous system. And finally, magnesium. This is the unsung hero. It helps vitamin D work, controls calcium, it's just essential. Seriously, these aren't optional extras, they're foundational. Okay, pillar number 2, moving your body. And I want to be clear, this isn't about getting beach ready. This is about building a body that serves you for a long, healthy, and really capable life. I love this quote from Peter Attia. Exercise is the best longevity drug we have. Just let that sink in. If you could bottle up everything exercise does for you, it would be the most valuable drug on the planet, period. It's hands down the most powerful tool we have for extending not just how long we live, but how well we live. Okay, this is a really important distinction, something Dr. Andy Galpin talks about a lot. There's training for size, hypertrophy, getting bigger muscles, and then there's training for strength. That's about force, power, the ability to actually do things like lift a heavy suitcase or play with your kids without getting hurt. And for longevity, strength is what truly matters. It's all about what your body can do. But hey, it's not all about deadlifts and squats. Don't underestimate the simple power of walking. That goal of 10,000 steps a day, it's popular for a reason. Research shows it's tied to a lower risk of dying from, anything. Plus, it boosts your mood, cuts down on anxiety. It's just one of the best, most accessible things you can do every single day. Now, here's a super important warning. This one from Dr. Berg. More is not always better. If you just hammer your body every single day without rest, you're not going to get stronger. You're going to crush your testosterone, stall your progress, and just get inflamed. Remember, the goal is to build your body up, not tear it down. The recovery part, that's where the growth actually happens. All right, on to our third and final pillar, upgrading your system. We've talked about the hardware, the fuel, and the movement. Now let's talk about the software, the simple hacks to optimize how your body runs internally. And the best part? Some of the most powerful upgrades are totally free. First up, morning sunlight. This is a huge one from Andrew Huberman. Just getting 5 to 20 minutes of sun within an hour of waking up helps set your internal clock for the whole day. It's a game changer for energy and sleep. Another freebie? Meditation. We're talking 5 or 10 minutes a day. The science is clear. It lowers stress, reduces blood pressure, and sharpens your focus. Okay, let's talk about sleep. Maybe the most important system upgrade of all. Ali Abdal has this amazing, simple rule called the 3-2-1 method. It's so easy to remember.
3 hours before bed, stop eating. 2 hours before, stop drinking liquids. And 1 hour before bed, stop all screens. That's it. Simple, memorable, and honestly, incredibly effective for better sleep.
So you're putting in all this work, but how do you know if it's actually working? Well, you have to stop guessing and start measuring. A regular scale just gives you one number, your total weight, but something like a DEXA scan, it tells you the whole story. It breaks down that weight into muscle, fat, and bone density. It gives you the real picture of what's going on inside your body.
And this is exactly why that data is so powerful. Ali Abdel shared a great story about this. He went on a weight loss plan, and the scale went down. Great, right? Well, his DEXA scan showed he'd actually lost more muscle than fat. Definitely not what you want. So with that data, he changed his approach, upped his protein, tweaked his workouts, and the next scan was totally different. He had gained muscle and lost fat at the same time. See, that's the power of knowing your numbers.
And finally, let's talk about a couple of key blood tests that Dr. Berg says everyone should ask for. Think of these as your body's early warning system. First, fasting insulin. This test can flag metabolic issues years before you'd ever get a prediabetes diagnosis. That gives you so much time to turn things around. The other one is vitamin D, which is just crucial for your immune system. These aren't just tests you take when you're sick, they're powerful tools for staying healthy in the first place. Okay, we've covered fueling your body, moving your body, and upgrading your systems. We've built the whole blueprint. So, what's the one thing that holds it all together? What's the secret sauce? So let's recap the whole blueprint. Fuel intelligently, listening to your body. Move with purpose, focusing on strength. And upgrade your internal systems with things like sleep, sun, and smart data. But the real secret, the one unifying truth that every single expert comes back to, it's not a fancy supplement or a crazy biohack. It's just consistency. It's showing up and applying these basics day in and day out. And that really brings us to the final, most important question for you. Don't get overwhelmed and try to change everything overnight. That never works. Just look at this whole blueprint and ask yourself one simple question. What is one small thing from all of this that I can start doing today? Only 1% of you are subscribed. If you enjoy short, fact-based wellness tips, please subscribe. It's free.